welcome to Gentle Yoga. I'm Felicia with a Rain of Blessings, and today I just wanted to mention that there's just been a major discovery about human biology, that the fascia that's right under our skin and that encloses our organs is actually a third circulatory system, transmitting chemical messengers and things like that. And so one of the wonderful things about yoga is that we stretch the fascia that's right under our skin, and I also want to encourage some self-massage. So today I'd like you to really take it a little bit easier with the rain. I don't know about you, but sometimes my joints get a little achy when it's like raining and low pressure system. So work to 70% of your edge, just, or 3/4. Just try to, don't go all the way to your edge and really push things today. Let's take it easy. And we'll begin just in seated position, either on a block or on the edge of a blanket, in cross-legged. If you like half lotus or lotus, you can take that. And just bring your palm, stack your hands with your palms face up in your lap, and roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Drop them way down, and then just settle into a really comfortable seated position. We'll take the 4-7-8 breath. And this is inhaling for the count of 4, so it's pretty quick. And then hold for the count of 7, and then exhale slowly, completely for the count of 8. So we'll begin. Inhale and then just exhale completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count on your own. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. On your own. Inhale. And when you finish that round, just allow the breath to come to normal, settling down, finding our seat. And we'll begin with some head and neck rolls. And if you're uncomfortable doing a complete 360-degree neck roll, just take your chin towards the chest and bring your chin over to the left shoulder, and then sweep it down toward your chest without rounding the spine, and then up toward the right shoulder. And you can just go back and forth like this, or if you're comfortable, lift your chin toward the ceiling and over toward the right shoulder and down toward the chest, up toward the left shoulder, then up toward the ceiling, taking the head back, Just roll in this direction. When you come back to center, then take it in the other direction. Chin toward the right shoulder, up toward the ceiling, chin toward the left shoulder, and down toward the center. 2 more times in this direction. Inhaling as you come up, and exhaling as you come down. And we'll take an Uddiyana Bandha here. So this is where you draw the belly in and up under your ribs. You're drawing the diaphragm up. So we do this on empty. So inhale completely, exhale completely. Every last bit of breath out. And begin. Release before you're gasping for breath. And just allow the breath to return to normal. And then just take some gentle head tilts, your ears toward the shoulders, and then bring the right ear to the right shoulder and take the right hand over to the left shoulder. Stretch the left arm out with the fingertips on the floor and give yourself a gentle massage at the shoulder and maybe come up on the neck and massage it down. And just some, whatever feels good to you to get that left shoulder more relaxed. And then just switch sides and bring the right arm out with the fingertips out, left ear to left shoulder, and then take the right hand and massage your shoulder and the right side of your neck. Can really find some knots here and just press into them. And we'll try to do a couple more self-massages and then bring the head up to center again. And we'll take the arms up overhead and side bend to the right, reaching through the left arm, heavy the left sits bone back toward the floor. You can push back a little bit with the right arm and turn the head to gaze up at the inner left elbow. Breathe here, really reaching through those fingertips. You can wiggle your fingertips, maybe stretches the fascia a little bit more. And then bring the left arm around and behind and the right hand to the left knee and twist. Lower the right shoulder down. Just a gentle twist. Come to 70% of your twist, but take your eyes over to the left as well as the head. And breathe. And then cross the left arm over the right and catch the other knee and round the spine back. You can lift your knees up and tuck the chin in. Just allow the spine to be round and soft. And then open the arms up and lift the heart up, lift the gaze up. Open the arms, open the hands and the fingers wide. And return to center. And then we'll take our feet out, wider than hip distance apart, the length of your lower leg apart, because we'll drop the knees over to the right, the arms behind us, and then drop the knees over to the left. One more time to the right. Inhale back up to center And exhale over to the left, and then bring the right arm again behind and take a twisted cobra. Really lift the heart. Try to square the shoulders back. I'm going to turn a little toward the screen, and maybe you can see a little bit better what I'm getting at. And then you can take the left arm and have it parallel with your chest and reach the right arm out on the floor with the fingertips. And you can drop the neck and head down. And breathe. And then we'll bring the right arm in, the left arm in, reach through the crown of the head one more time, and come back to center. And then we'll cross our legs in the other direction from whatever cross you had before. Find your seat on the blanket again. And then bring the arms up overhead, palms together, and side bend to the left, reaching through the right arm, gazing up at it, pressing back a little bit with the left arm to heavy the right sits bone. And breathe. Oh, excuse me. My spring allergies are really kicking in. And then bring the right arm behind and cross the left arm over, catch the right knee. And take a gentle twist, lower the left shoulder back and down, and take the eyes way over to the right. Gentle twist here, not the full extent. And then cross the right arm over the left, and round the spine down, chin towards chest. Just hang here for a breath. And then open the arms, lift the heart, lift the gaze, open the hands wide, wide, wide. And return the hands to the knees. And then we'll take that twisted cobra on the other side. So the feet are wide apart. Drop the knees, exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale the knees to the right. Exhale back to center. And over to the left. Inhale back to center. And bring the left arm around to the back of the mat. And lift the heart. Square the shoulders for twisted cobra. And then take the right arm parallel with your chest and reach the left arm out. And allow the head to relax, neck to relax. Content the fingers to stretch the left side of the body a little more. Left knee is tucked into the right foot here. In this twisted cobra. And then bring the hands back in and lift the heart up. And come back to center. And then we'll cross our legs and roll over your legs in whatever way feels comfortable for you. To all fours. And inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Slowly and gently. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Inhale, cow. And exhale back to neutral, natural curves of the spine. And then take the left leg back with the toes tucked and press back and open up the back of the left leg. Feeling that stretch of the fascia. And lift the left leg to hip height. You can point the toes here. And lift the left arm out. Press up out of the left shoulder and reach from fingertips to toe tips. Way out, keeping them parallel with the floor. And then we'll bend the left leg and reach back with the hand to catch the ankle. And press the ankle into the hand and lift up. Some people prefer to tuck the right toes for stability, or you can keep the top of the toes on the floor. And then just lift up a little bit higher. Keep breathing. And then we'll bring the left leg all the way out to the side, parallel with the knee. The heel and the knee are aligned. And then sit back, tuck the right toes, and sit back a little bit so that you can just draw the arms up and overhead. And then side bend over the left leg, reaching through the right arm. Breathe here. Press the hips forward a little. Try to be in one long line. And then reaching out, if you have a block or just fingertips on the floor, you can place a block under your right arm and then lift the left arm up. And this, just stay here, press the hips forward, or you can bend the left knee and lift the leg up off the floor. And breathe here. And then swing the left arm down and around in front of you again. And just come to all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Get the alignment, feel the natural curves of your spine. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale back to neutral. And stretch the right leg long on the mat. Pressing back into the toes, allowing the opening in the calf and the hamstrings. Breathing. And then lift the right leg to hip height. You can point or flex the foot and reach the left arm out. Really reach bird dog from fingertips to toe tips. Or you can reach through the heel if your foot is flexed. It's good to do both. And then bend the right leg and catch the ankle with the left hand and lift up. Lift the leg, press the foot into the hand. Breathe. And reaching out again, return the hand and the knee to the floor. Widen the knees as wide as the mat, toes together, and sit back for a child's pose for one breath. And then rise back up to all fours, knees back under the hips. And tuck the toes and come into down dog. And gently pedal your feet out. Lift the hips way up and press back with the palms. Lift the fingers off the floor and make sure your palms are on the floor, and then allow the fingers to relax again. And then pedal the feet and come to stillness. Rise up onto the toes. Lift the hips way up high in the air. Straighten the legs all the way straight. And then release the heels toward the mat. And just breathe here. So then we'll roll it out into plank pose. And really find the stability of plank, engaging all the muscles of the body. The core muscles, stomach, and back even. The shoulder muscles are engaged. And then press back to down dog. And come back to plank. Inhale. And exhale back to down dog. And one more time, inhale, plank. And exhale, down dog. And then step the right foot closer to the left and lift the left leg way up high in the air. And then turn the hip, open it toward the side wall and bend the left leg. Try to keep the shoulders squared to the floor and circle the ankle in both directions. And then re-square the hips and extend the left leg one more time. And draw the left knee to chest and just hold it in this three-legged plank for a breath. Then step through with the left foot and turn the right toes out slightly so that we're on separate tracks for warrior one, and wing the arms back, and then pressing with the legs, rise up and lift the arms into a high V. I'm removing my layer as I warm up. And then really find your hips squaring forward. Sink down a little bit further into the left leg. Straighten the right leg, make it strong, and lift the heart up and the gaze. Spread the fingers wide again. Strengthen the arms, and then just soften the hands, even though the arms are still strong, into Seed Mudra. And then wing the arms back and straighten the left leg, and interlace the fingers behind the back. And then we'll come forward again, bending the left knee into Humble Warrior. So hinging from the hip with a long spine, lift the arms away from the back, and you can rest your left shoulder on your left knee and relax the neck and head, and bring the arms up overhead. Palms can be together or apart. And breathe here. Humble Warrior. And release the arms down inside the left leg and rise up onto the right toes again. We're coming into lizard lunge. So the left arm is inside the left leg. If you need extra padding, you can bring your blanket under the right knee and lower the knee to the floor. And then you can either come to a block for lizard lunge, but sink the hips down. The main thing here is sinking the hips down. It's not so important how low the shoulders go. And then if you're comfortable without the block, you can have your hands on the floor or walk the hands out a little bit further, just a little bit at a time, but keep sinking the shoulders down and let the head and neck go again. Just release, opening here. And then walk the hands back in. And if you use the block, have the block under your right hand, and we'll open the left arm up to the side, facing the left knee. And then bring it back down around, frame the left leg now, and tuck the right toes, and then step back to down dog. And really find your down dog here. And then we'll take those warrior poses on the other side. So step the left foot closer to the right and lift the right leg up in the air, way up high. And then open the hip to the right side and bend the right knee. And square the shoulders back down to the mat and circle the ankle in both directions. And then square the hips again. Reach through the right leg, pressing back through the arms. And then draw the knee to chest in this three-leg plank. And then step it through, right hand behind the right hand. Turn the left toes out and make sure your feet are on separate tracks. And really stabilize, rooting down through. I have an aunt that's, sorry. Really stabilize the lower body. And then wing the arms back, and using the strength of the legs, press up into warrior one. You can take the hips and really square them forward, maybe even inching the right foot forward a little bit so you can have a little bit longer stance. And then lift the heart up and take the arms up into a high V. Stretch the hands. Open the hands, strengthen the arms. Press the back of the left foot into the mat. And really find your stability here. And then soften the hands, even as the arms stay strong in this high V. And take the gaze a little higher. Remember, just go to 70% of your effort. And then wing the arms back behind and straighten the right leg. Interlace the hands in the opposite direction. Should be the non-dominant maybe. And then bend the right knee again. And hinging at the hips, strong legs. Bring the right shoulder on top of the right knee. Release the neck and head and draw the arms straight up overhead. Humble warrior. And release the arms inside the right leg and come up onto the left toes. And if you used a blanket under your left knee, under your knee, you can bring it under the left knee and extend the left foot and walk the hands out. Or stay where you are, or you can have your hands on blocks. But sink the hips down, relaxing into it, releasing. Keep the right shoulder and the right knee together. And breathe here. And then walk the hands back in and plant the left hand about at the same level as the right foot, and open the right arm up to the right, stacking the shoulders. Keep the right knee directly up. Feel this opening, and then bring the right arm down to frame the right leg. Tuck the left toes and step back with the right foot, back to down dog. You can come into a child's pose if you feel like you need a little bit more rest. And we'll just rest in down dog for 3 breaths. Maybe a little bit of slight bend in the elbows is okay. Find your natural breath. And then we'll walk the hands back toward the feet. And bending the knees deeply, sink the hips down and bring the arms up to chair position. And you can have the arms parallel with the shoulders, parallel with the floor, just reaching out in front of you. Breathe here in chair. And then straighten the legs and bring the arms up overhead. And you can interlace the fingers and extend the pointer fingers and take the arms back and take the head back for a back bend here. Very gentle back bend. And rising back up with core strength. Bring the arms back down to the side. And just a centering breath, bend the knees, bring the arms up overhead, and swan dive forward. Soft knees, all the way down, drape the torso over the legs, and the knees can be very bent or just slightly bent, anywhere that's a comfortable place for you. And then take hold of your legs, behind your legs with your hands. And this can be right below the knees or further down, whatever's comfortable. Release the neck and the head. And then maybe begin to just slightly straighten the legs. Finding your forward bend without losing contact between the torso and the legs. Keep that contact. And this helps ensure that we're not rounding the spine. And then we'll walk the hands back out. Coming into plank. And then lower the knees and the chest and the chin. Keep the hips up in the air. And we'll exhale all the air out, chin on the floor, chest on the floor. Exhale completely, Uddiyana Bandha. Draw the belly up and in. And then release and breathe. And scoop it through and bring the arms out in front for Sphinx pose. And so the elbows are directly under the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back though first. And then tuck the toes one at a time and extend the legs back. And really lift the heart, lift the gaze directly in front of you, keeping the shoulders down and back. And then turn the head to gaze behind you at your feet, toward the right. Inhale back to center or left, whatever you did first side. And then gaze over your opposite shoulder and back towards center. And then we'll drape the whole torso down, and we'll come into locust pose, which is really strengthening for the lower back and good for healthy backs. So stretch the arms out and back behind you, and lift the legs up, and lift the chest up, and wing the arms back, and breathe here. So you should be resting essentially on your pelvic bone, maybe on the stomach too, that's okay. And breathe. Lift a little bit higher, and then stack the hands, palms down under the forehead. And breathe. And wiggle the hips back and forth a little bit to release the lower back. And then we'll come up into just a gentle cobra, so or even seal pose. So my back is not as flexible as some. You can have your hands out beyond the corners, the front corners of your mat, and just pressing up. Strengthen the legs and straighten the arms only to the extent that's possible for you. So you can keep your elbows a little bent. But just feel this opening along the front side of the body. And we'll come back down and bring the hands next to the shoulders and tuck the toes and lift the hips up and come back to down dog again. And really find a deeper down dog here. Maybe the legs are a little straighter, the hips a little higher, the shoulders coming through the arms a little more. And then we'll just step the right foot forward behind the right hand and turn the left toes out and windmill up to warrior two. And find your warrior two. Maybe you have to inch the right foot forward a little bit more so you can come down lower. Reaching back with the left arm, straightening the left leg, and gazing over the right arm. And straighten the right leg and drop the left arm inside the left leg and lift the right arm up and overhead and gaze up at your right arm. Keep breathing. Radiant triangle. And then we'll come into side angle, right arm on the right leg, and we'll lift the left arm up and over and gaze up at the left arm. And circle the left arm down and back and turn both toes toward the long side of the mat and make the outside edges of the feet parallel. Wide-legged stance. And we'll just first slide our hands down the outside of the legs, hinging at the hips. Lift the heart. Keep gazing long in front of you on the floor until you feel your lower back start to round or give in. Then back up a little bit. And then release the neck and head wherever your forward bend takes you. You can have a little bit of pull on the back of your legs. You can turn the head from side to side or nod yes and no. And then we'll bring the hands out in front of us and walk them around to the back of the mat, framing the left foot. And the right ankle is, or the right heel is aligned with the left heel. And then can bring the left hand to the knee and windmill the right arm up and over, keeping the left knee bent. Stretch the arms front and back for warrior two. Really strengthen the right leg back and sink down into the left leg, reaching front and back, breathing here. And then straighten the left leg and lower the right arm inside the right leg. Lift the left arm overhead and gaze up. Radiant triangle for a few breaths. And then bending the left knee again, lightly place the left elbow on the left knee. Make one long line from your right shoulder to your right heel, and then bring the right arm up and overhead. And open the chest to the side wall. Side angle. And then we'll just circle the right arm forward and down and straighten the left leg and turn a quarter turn again to the side of the mat. And take the hands to the lower back and lift the heart up. Lift the gaze up. For a slight back bend, and then interlace your fingers behind your back, palms together or apart, and then hinge forward again with a long spine and bring the arms up overhead, not too far, just 3/4 of your effort, very comfortably, without rounding the spine. And breathe here. The knees can be slightly bent or straight. Release the neck and head. And release the arms onto the back and down to the floor. And we'll turn again toward the right foot, the front of the mat, and spring off the left foot and come with the feet hip distance apart. And bending the knees, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. And we'll step off the mat, or you can stay on the mat if you like, and come into our balance poses. So rooting down through the left leg with the left fingertips on the wall for proprioception, balance, and then bring the right knee to chest. You can use just the right hand and pull it in, or maybe you can let go of the wall and draw the right leg in. Find an unmoving point to gaze at. Definitely don't look at me. Don't look at the screen. Circle the ankle, right ankle in both directions a few times. Squeeze that knee in, and then bring the right knee out to the right and place the foot inside the left leg, either at the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. And I like to press down a little bit on my right knee for stability, and then maybe lift the right arm up. Maybe the left arm can come away from the wall, and bring the fingertip, the pointer finger and the thumb together, and extend the other fingers. Om Mudra. Breathe. And then we'll turn the right knee forward and extend the leg and breathe. And bring the right foot to the floor. And then turn to face the wall again. To place the right hand on the wall. Root down through the right leg and draw the left knee to chest. Find that drishti, the unmoving point, and maybe you can take your hand off the wall and squeeze the leg in a little tighter and circle the left ankle 3 times in each direction. Squeeze it in and then bring the left knee out toward the side and place the left foot inside the right leg at whatever height you did on the other side. And press down on your left knee with your left hand. Drop the shoulders back and down, and then lift the left arm up and take Om Mudra again. Breathing here, focusing your gaze. You can also have an inner focus on your heart. That can be your drishti. And then turning the left leg forward, left knee forward, and extend the leg and breathe here. Maybe your hands at your hips. And lower the left leg to the floor, and we'll come back to the mat. And bring the toes close together. Heels slightly apart so the outside edges of the feet are parallel. And then bring the arms up overhead and swan dive forward into another forward bend. And if you'd like to try this, you can bend your knees deeply and take your palms in front of your toes under your feet so that your toes come to your wrists. And this can also be done with the feet more like hip distance apart for stability. You can change it up. And then massage your palms and wrists with your toes. Release the neck and head. And maybe you can begin to straighten the knees just a little bit more. Drawing yourself down with the hands and arms. And one at a time, release the hands from under the feet. And then we'll come into toe stand. So just bending the knees deeply. Come up onto your toes. And you can keep your fingertips on the floor next to you for balance. Or maybe, if your balance is okay today, you can try bringing your hands to your knees. And really strong in your back. I kind of have to keep my fingertips on the floor. So just really stretching the bottom of the feet. And then with the hands coming back behind you, come to sit on the mat. And we'll take boat pose now. So with the hands under the thighs, lift the heart and the gaze up. And then allow as if your torso is a plank, come tip back and then come up onto your toes and extend the lower legs parallel with the floor. And you can stay here and hold on to the back of your legs, or you can try releasing the arms next to the legs and just breathe. And then catching your legs again with the hands, lower the feet to the floor, and lift up, lift the heart up again, gaze up, And then slowly round the spine down all the way to the mat for our finishing poses. So we'll take a half shoulder stand and draw the knees into the chest and extend the legs overhead and press up with the arms and scoop your hips up with your hands and extend the legs. You can try walking the shoulders, walking the hands down the back, and then maybe you can bring the elbows closer together. There should be, keep looking straight up. Don't look at the screen. Don't turn the head from side to side. Look straight up at your toes. And then once you're comfortable, you can try closing the eyes and just feel the blood sort of draining down from your legs. Nourishing your brain with the blood. And then allowing the legs to come overhead, slowly. Maybe they can come all the way to the floor, or maybe not. You can have your toes on the floor. This is plow pose. Keep supporting your back with the hands. Or if the feet don't come all the way to the floor, stretch your arms out and catch hold of your ankles with your hands. And the legs are parallel with the floor. This is longevity pose. Breathe here. And then slowly round the spine down to the floor. And bring the feet to the floor with the knees bent. If you like to have a block, bring it on down next to your right hip. For lying side twists, I like to use a blanket and take the arms out into a T and shift the hips to the left. Draw the knees up toward the chest and lower them over towards the right. Then scooch your right shoulder out from under and turn the head and neck to gaze over the left arm. And then close the eyes and allow complete relaxation. Just sink into the pose. Allow the face to relax, the jaw, the eyes. Allow the breath to just come and go of its own, at its own pace. And bring the knees back up to center. And if you used a block or the blanket, you can bring that over next to your left hip. I kind of angle it to support my lower legs and knees. And then lift the hips and shift them to the right and lower the knees to the left. Scooch the left shoulder out from under and gaze over the right arm. And then close the eyes and let go. And then bringing the knees back up to center, shift the hips to the middle of the mat, Draw the knees into the chest and then as wide as your arms, and bring the arms inside the knees and catch hold of the outside of your legs, either at the calves or ankles, or maybe you can reach the outside of your feet, but try to keep the whole spine on the floor and draw the knees outside the armpits, down. And then just bring the arms out about 30, 45 degrees from the body. And stretch the legs long one at a time towards the corners of the mat. And I like to point my toes toward each other with flexed feet and shift the hips from side to side. Find the shoulder blades sort of comfortably back so that the shoulders are really back and down, and then allow the feet to just flop out. Shavasana. So I'll be walking us through a complete body scan, maybe a relatively quick one. We'll begin at the crown of the head today. So just relax the scalp. Feel the gravity pulling down toward the ground. The forehead spreading open, releasing those frown wrinkles. Relax the temples, and the cheekbones, and even the nostrils, the nose. Feel the jaw relaxing way back where it connects with the skull. The front of the throat open and vulnerable. And the back of the neck gently rounded up from the floor. Arched up from the floor. The sides of the neck. Maybe remembering your massage of the side of your neck. Relax the shoulders, back and down, the collarbones, the shoulder blades gently pressing into the mat, the back of your arms, and the front of the arms, the elbows, forearms, the wrists, thumbs, pointer fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, baby fingers. Drawing the attention back to the heart center. Feel the whole rib cage gently opening and closing all the way around to the back, sides and front. Maybe the belly is softly moving up and down. Relax the lower belly. Feel the pelvic floor completely relaxed. The buttocks, hamstrings and thighs, the knees, the calves and the shins, the ankles and the heels, top of the feet, and the arches, the bottom of the feet, ball mound, big toes, second toes, third toes, fourth toes and baby toes. Release all effort. Just in a wide open observation. And then stretch the arms up overhead. And draw the knees gently inward, rolling over onto your right arm if it's morning and left if it's evening. Rest your head on your upper arm that's stretched overhead. Take a breath here. And then gently with your upper arm, press yourself into a gentle seated position, whatever's your most comfortable seated position. And we'll bring the arms up overhead, palms touch. Bring the thumbs to the forehead, think well. The lips, speak well. And the heart, love well. Inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.